Hello everybody, Persian here. Just thought I'd kind of give you all a quick update on the place and everything. As you can see the grass, well, I don't know if I ever took any pictures of the grass when I first got here. But as you can see, it's actually starting to spread out really good, getting really thick. When I first got here, it was really scarce on the good green grass. It was mostly just weeds, because other people just didn't take care of it. And with some good watering, some rain, the fertilizer, and the fertilizer I use is the Medina Growin Green. It's an all natural, so organic fertilizer based on poultry manure. Nothing synthetic in it, and the stuff is amazing. So I've been using that, and I've been using molasses. Yeah, you heard molasses. It's not. You can use the stuff Grandma uses for biscuits and stuff, but that's kind of expensive. What I use is the feed grade molasses, and what that does is, one, it helps break down all the thatch and the leaves and the grass, and also feeds the microorganisms in the ground. So that's also key to help keep a healthy lawn and everything. I know a lot of farmers around here in the area, they'll use the molasses in their fields and stuff. And I don't know if you quite see that across the field. The neighbor has baled some of his hay today. Kind of cool to look at. But also, I want to give you all a heads up what I did on the sprinkler system. It was existing here. Whoever put it in did a real crappy job. Didn't really plan it out too well. And I was going on the borderline, just ripping it all out and starting over. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Just too much money to do that. So what I did is kind of added on to it. Didn't add more zones. I just added more sprinklers to the zones. And because it got too many, what I had to do is, you can see the little piece of PVC pipe. What that is a 3-inch waste drain and vent pipe. And every sprinkler head is on a little ball valve, you can see in there. And that helps keep the pressure up where all of them can work. And also, as you can see up under these trees, the grass doesn't need as much water underneath the trees. We get some good shade as on each side over there. So didn't want to waste all that water and water too much in one area and not enough on the other. And also, like I said, to help with the pressure problem, I put in the ball valves on each one of them, and that worked out quite well. So these here along the fence line, these were added. It wasn't getting enough sprinklers, and I got to rebury this one here. And this is actually, I'm not going to blow out the zones when they freeze. That's just a drain that will open up the line during winter. If it's going to freeze, I can drain the line, let air in there without having to go rent one of them big air compressors and blow the line out. So like I said, grass is moving along really good, and if we got some serious rain, it would be really nice. And this grass spread out a lot quicker and a lot farther. I did plant a tree in the front over here to help put some shade in from up here to help that grass. Well, the shade makes a big difference. Big difference on keeping the watering down. Now hold on, we'll come along the fence line. I'll show you my next thing I did. Okay, here along the fence line, I got some of that 1-inch Schedule 40 1-inch pipe run into the sprinkler system that goes to the front yard. And it kind of looks a little goofy, but oh well. Every 20 feet, I got in a spigot, as you can see right here. Almost didn't do that, but here in the future, I plan to put a whole bunch of fruit trees, from apricots, plums, peaches, the whole 9 yards. So, well, I could either just run the pipe and dig it up later when I need the spigot. And I said, well, you know, I'm not going to do it. It's too easy. Just add these out as you're laying the PVC. So this is what I did. Brought it up, tapped it off with 3/4. Didn't need 1 inch underground. This is 3/4. And I got a T here. Let's come to this other one here. And what the T is for is, also I'm going to when the time comes when the good old carpet grass spreads out, I'm going to use the top part as a sprinkler. I'll put on a ball valve up here, turn it on, and be able to water the grass off the same line. This is kind of keeping from having to run more irrigation lines for the sprinkler. It's here, I'm going to use it. Here I can attach my garden hose, drag that around. I'll brace these up as I start using them. And like I said, here, just here on top, I'll put a sprinkler head on top of that and let it spray around here and water the grass once it gets out this way. So that's what I did for the future. I said I'm not going to come back and dig it up to add a faucet. I'll do it while I'm here. Okay, here is the fertilizer I use, Medina Growin Green. Works pretty good. Actually works really great. I'll never use Scott's or any of those other chemical fertilizers. Brother-in-law thought it was kind of funny, organic, all that, ha-ha, I use Scott's. We wound up trying to decide to use it because one, it was cheaper and I was ranting and raving on it, so he tried it and he fell in love with it. And actually got grass to grow and cover and thicken up where it never would on the Scott's. So that's what that looks like. They do have a website. I don't know if you can see that, but it says medina.com, www.medina.com. Now there's just something totally unrelated I want to throw in. If you guys ever got projects and stuff, don't skimp out on materials. Here is some Schedule 35 pipe that the original owners put in. It's crap, causing a lot of problems. It caused them problems, some stories out here from neighbors. It caused me problems. I dug up a lot of it, abandoned every bit of it except for the part in the sprinkler lines that seems to be okay. But when you get the crap and cheap materials, you'll pay for it. You know, who knows, it might not be in a few years, but later down the line, your kids might inherit your property, what have you. You wouldn't want them to inherit the problems. Here on the right, Schedule 40. That's the stuff you want to use. The stuff on the left, Schedule 35. Yep, you can see the difference. They're both 1 inch outside diameter pipes, PVC pipes. Schedule 40 on the right, Schedule 35 on the left. You can see the thickness. Well, the stuff on the left is always breaking. The previous owners would drive over it, or a company would drive over it, and it'd bust in the heartbeat. Ain't had any problems with the Schedule 40. That's the way to go. Yes, it costs more, but you know what? It's well worth it in the long run. Another thing, I don't know if y'all saw my my video on the pipe and underground wire locator. Another hint, this was some of the old electric wire that ran to the well house, and it's trash. Had to be abandoned. Actually, I'll try to pull that up after a really good rain and see if I can't pull it out and salvage the copper. But this is another thing. If you do any kind of wiring that's going underground, put it in PVC conduit. That's for electrical. That stuff is cheap and it's not worth the hassles later down the line. Yes, this is a direct burial ground cable. It's rated for direct burial. It didn't need a PVC, but you know what? It failed after 25 years, 30 years is what I'm thinking. It's probably been in the ground. I'm not sure exactly how it failed. I took this to Home Depot where they actually had a master electrician, and he says he's seen it before. It just doesn't carry current. I'm not sure what's going on with it, but you see how dirty, I'm getting the sun here, you see how dirty this is, and this is actually a lot cleaner than it was when I first stripped it. It's just from being handled and touched all the time. A lot of the powdery, crappy corrosion or whatever is kind of rubbed off. And you can see here on the pipe, on the wire itself, you can see where it's darker here. That's part of the corrosion, and here where it's actually still clean and white. Here on the back side you got the dark, and then you got the cleaner wire. That corrosion gets in there and just destroys the wire. Wasn't salvageable or nothing, so I had to run all new wire to the well house. So if you got any project, don't skip on the materials. If you got anything that needs to go underground, electric wise, put it in that plastic conduit. It's worth it, and if it should ever fail, you can pull it out and run new stuff. Here's the other side. You can see got some corrosion that's corroded up inside the plastic wrap, or whatever you call that. Now here on this other side, it's actually a lot cleaner. If I can hold that. And that copper wire there looks really good. So that's just a hint of materials. Also on the on that grass, if anybody's interested in on the recipe for the molasses, let me know. I can put that in. Not sure if anybody would be interested, and I know it sounds far-fetched, but as you've seen in the grass, it works pretty good. Okay, on that one video I showed you here, we had the well and got it going again. Got new pipe, new wire, the whole shooting match. This is a safety rope, and actually it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. I put 2 safety ropes on both eyelets in case one breaks. I still got a backup. The last thing you want is that pump to drop to the bottom. It'd be a real pain. Here's the new wire. Yeah, it's a mess. What I did is I pulled an extra 10 feet of it because eventually this shed's going to be redone. Going to be a storage shed and a pump house, but that's going to be way down the line. I was going to start tearing this down. As you can see, the roof is rotted from neglect from the previous owners. But there's so many other projects I got going on. Money's tight. I'm going to just rebuild the roof for now and keep on using it until later down the line when I finally replace the shed. Then I'll tear it down then. So roof's coming out. I'll replace these joists with some new ones, put new tin on top, and rebuild it for now. It's kind of like, say, here's how it wires in, and it comes in. That was a pain running that on the ground. Comes up. This is emergency disconnect. That is what they use on air conditioners and stuff. But like I said, the main panel back at the house is about 150 feet away, so I wanted to disconnect in here. This is an old box that they used in here. I'm keeping that. This is dead at the moment. Ain't no rush on it. Later on, I'm going to tie that back into the box, get some 110 power here so I can have an outlet. Get the old light going again and stuff. No rush on it. So, but that's eventually what's going to happen here. This here is a money saver. If you have a slow producing well or whatever, this will actually detect if your pump ran dry. Hey, it just kicked in. You see the power flashing. That means the pump just kicked in. It's pumping water. If for some reason it senses an underload, within 3 seconds or less, it turns off the pump, breaks the circuit, and you'll see this little yellow light would come on right here. So anyway, that just protects your pump. It was about 130 bucks, and when you got a pump that's $800, it's well worth the insurance. It comes out, comes back across over here to the pressure switch, and then it comes back over across the control box, and this is the submersible pump cable that goes down to the well. Do plan on pulling that back out again. I want to see about trying to deepen it and casing it. The original driller says he cased it to the bottom, but he lied about it. I did run a camera down there. I didn't get any video of that. And like I said, I'm going to try to also deepen it. That's going to be a little bit later down the line. I did put it all down myself with the help of my son. Never done pump work before. I've done my own electrical, done my own plumbing, but it's the first time I combined the two and did my own well work. Here's one thing I do want to show you. I don't know if everybody's done their well work, but well tools are expensive, and for a holder to hold the pipe is like $200. So I'm like, no, crazy. So what I did, got a nice 2x6, and I cut it out where it would just fit snugly on the sides of the pipe. And what that would do, it would hold right here on the brass coupling there. So it would catch and hold it, so I can add on the next piece, the 20-foot section of pipe and the wire, and tape it to the pipe and continue on down. So that made a real nice pipe hold instead of paying $200 for a one-time or two-time use tool. That was insane. So that was a little tidbit I wanted to pass on to you guys and ever doing that. Okay, well that's about it for now. One thing, I got some more videos coming up. I plan to do, I got a mosquito trap I'm going to put out. Seems to be working pretty good, and the June bug trap to keep them from tearing up your yard and everything. Pump's going down. That is the pressure gauge. Is the sprinkler system's running. Alright, well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for the subs. I'm glad everybody liked my videos and everything. And I'll keep you guys updated. Hope you all enjoy them like I used to enjoy watching other folks around their homestead. Got the cow in the background there. Got 2 avocado trees I just planted a month ago. I hope they do good. Alright, take care. God bless you.